In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about NVDA, and this is actually the daily chart where you can see that we did also have timing cycles in a lot of the individual stocks. This one we had, let's see, May 11th, May 12th, May 11th, May 11th. Okay, so you had 4 cycles between the 11th, 12th, and then you also had a couple others that would have come in a little bit forward. But bottom line, when we see a grouping of cycles like that and the market is trading straight up into them, and especially after we've met 2 targets on the upside, you definitely want to ratchet up your stops, okay? Because that's when you have to anticipate at least a pullback. But let's look at it now, because on the daily chart, you're above the 200 simple, you're above the 50, the 5 and 13 are in a buy mode. So we do still want to look for symmetrical pullbacks for another possible entry. The only problem here is that I don't think that we're seeing those signals just yet. So far, I believe we've only seen signals for a day trade. So let's take a look at that real quick and see. So yeah, so as far as the 15-minute chart has not triggered to the upside. I mean, you do see that we've taken out a prior swing high, but you haven't seen the crossover. So to me, that says that it's not quite safe yet against that support. And then so also the 30-minute chart will not have triggered just yet. I think the only place where you would have seen one is probably on a 1-minute chart, but that's typically only for a day trade. So yes, I am going to watch for a possible resumption of the rally, but we don't know whether it's going to be against the top end of this area, or maybe against this 295, 298 area, or the one other zone that I'm going to watch is where you have a 786M symmetry at 289.89 to 290.73. So as long as we test and hold one of these areas and then also trigger, at least on the 15-minute chart, that's when I'm willing to go back in on the buy side in NVDA, because we do still actually have some higher targets that haven't quite been met, and that's going to be the targets off of this March 18th low that come in at, actually it's going to be the 353 area. So let's see if we start to see some signals on this pullback.